Alright, so I just got done watching Cardcaptors, Sakura, the Clear Card Saga, or just Clear Card, as some people like to refer to it as. Episode 2, Season 1. Sakura in the Room with No Exit. Now this episode, obviously picks up where the last one left off, and, we're really spending a lot of time in the school for the majority of this episode and exploring and revisiting the groove and relationship, groove of the relationships amongst Sakura's high school friends, her best friend being Tomoyo, who actually gets to participate and know all of her, tricks of the trade and all that. And we see a lot more of her in this episode than we have in the last one, and in the OVA as well. So, they're trying to decide what clubs, they've hit the deadline of what clubs they're gonna be joining this year. Now that they're in middle school, and Tomoyo and Sakura both agree, oh, well, we're just gonna do what we did before, cheerleading and the choir. And I was just thinking about how these type of tropes in a lot of other animes are a lot goofier, whereas this show doesn't typically rely as much on humor, like within the characters. Like it's very, very wholesome and good, which is refreshing. So one of her friends, whose name escapes me off the top of my head, is sharing a cheesecake recipe. Yes, it's Chiharu, yeah. And I just thought it was weird, like that middle schoolers are exchanging. This might be a cultural thing that I don't understand, but middle schoolers are exchanging recipes. Like, is that a thing that middle schoolers do? I'm not a Japanese female high schooler, middle schooler, but certainly find that a little strange. But they go for it, and you kind of think they're like, oh, this girl really knows her rare cheesecake recipe. They keep calling it the rare cheesecake recipe. And Tomoyo and the little plush guy Kiro and Sakura all go home, and they make the cheesecake, and it works out. It all works out. You kind of feel like you're being led up to do that. But yeah, that's interesting. And okay, so they're discussing clubs. Let's go back to the clubs thing. Lee is not down to join any clubs. He says, no, I'm not going to join any clubs. I just got back from Hong Kong. I'm not going to do any of this. And sort of goes and says some vague stuff about how he's not, he's got a lot of stuff to do. He's still got lots of stuff to do. And he does a lot of that in these last 3 episodes. He's talked a lot about how he's got a lot to do. He's got a lot, but he doesn't say what stuff they do. So we spend the majority of this episode inside the school and inside of Sakura's home, just exploring the character relationships. We see them taking a very peaceful art class. It makes me really wish that I could take art class like that. Maybe I should step that up. Also, I'd like to remind you guys that I don't sleep. I've never slept in my entire life. I've been awake for 600 years, and this is for real. I've been alive for 600 years. And only now have I discovered the art of anime and cartoon reviews, among other things, and the beauty of YouTube and vlogging and talking to a camera. The meditation of this makes me perhaps, my sleepless 600-year tenure on this world not so bad. So, her older brother starts making okayonomaki, which I've had before, and I was going to look up how you actually make it, because it looks delicious. And my couple times having it, I was just floored by it. They call it sort of like a Japanese pancake. Okonomiyaki is a Japanese savory pancake containing a variety of ingredients. And it means how you like what you like, was sort of thing. So it's just this grilled, I think it's generally cabbage and egg. Yeah, what is it? Batter is made of flour, nagamyo, which is a type of yam, water, or dashi eggs, and shredded cabbage. Usually contains other ingredients such as green onion, meat, generally thin pork belly, often mistaken for bacon, octopus, squid, etc., etc., etc. So Japanese pizza, some people call it, or Osaka soul food. God, that stuff seems delicious, and Kiro's eating it up. We still are playing with this classic magical girl trope where, not everybody knows that this magic stuff's going on. Oh, this cat can talk, but not everybody knows this cat can talk. This little plush doggy guy, it turns out he's real, and he's got a huge personality. And what I like, Kiro said this in this episode, anyone who can make tasty food is a good person. And that's not true. Bad advice. Sorry, Kiro. But great sentiment nonetheless. So there's no real conflict in this episode until the last like 8 minutes, or I guess with the credits, like the last like 5 minutes of the episode, and they find themselves Tomoyo, Kiro, and Sakura are in a room, kind of like talking things out, trying on new outfits, shooting camera. She loves to film. She loves posterity, Tomoyo. She loves posterity. She loves being able to archive and remember things through creation of whatever. So they get trapped in this. This just kind of comes out of nowhere. This big box, like very minimalist white box they're trapped in, and they figure out that it's made of rubber. It's this little puzzle room, it's a clever little puzzle, and she pulls out her staff of dreams, whatever. And the whole box, the thing that they're reminded of with no exit, where they're kind of like in this world, within this world, reminded me a lot of some of the more trippy episodes of Magica. If anybody's ever watched that, it's excellent, super crazy, super, it sort of subverts all of the tropes of a show like Cardcaptors, Sakura, Card. But so this episode, they deal with it they figure out it's made of rubber, and they poke it with a pin, and then she seals the card back into the clear card, and it's Siege is the name of the card. And then we have this weird bit where they flash back to England from that guy from the earlier episodes that moved back to England, and I need a primer on what's going on there. If anybody who watches this shit knows what's going on with the England guy, feel free to enlighten me in 5 minutes. But I'll look up some kind of YouTube primer and get it down so I can talk at greater length and with greater depth about this series and about the story, and have a much more informed opinion, because that's what the people are here for. That's what people want to see. They want to see informed opinions. And and she has this very similar vision to what she did in the last episode, where she sees this this sort of blue, completely masqueraded and cloaked, fantastical, feudal almost looking, great evil. And that's where it leaves us in this episode. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I could tell that the show is just like getting into its groove and getting all of the things established it needs to, so it can get to its proper freak of the week and inevitable giant epic final conclusion. But we'll see where it goes. And that's about all I gotta say. So thank you for watching. Thanks for watching.